Hello students, this is my planning lecture 3. This is important for Cambridge IGCSE chemistry and Cambridge O-level chemistry practical and alternative to practical paper. This is planning lecture 3. Copper 2 sulfate is a salt used to kill pests on plant leaves. Copper 2 sulfate crystals is prepared by neutralizing dilute sulfuric acid with solid copper 2 oxide. I mean copper 2 oxide reacts with sulfuric acid to produce copper 2 sulfate. So plan an experiment to prepare pure dry crystals of copper 2 sulfate. So you have to plan how you can prepare pure dry crystals of copper 2 sulfate. I mean copper 2 sulfate crystals, how you can prepare from solid copper 2 oxide and sulfuric acid. You are asking, and your plan should include the use of common laboratory apparatus. You can use dilute sulfuric acid and solid copper 2 oxide you can use. Now you see what you will do. At first you will take a beaker . You will take a beaker, then excess copper 2 oxide CuO and dilute sulfuric acid aqueous aqueous is taken in a beaker and heated. First, excess copper 2 oxide and dilute sulfuric acid are taken in a beaker and you give heat. Here copper 2 oxide, excess copper 2 oxide and dilute sulfuric acid, copper 2 oxide plus sulfuric acid. Then you give heat. Excess copper 2 oxide and sulfuric acid is taken in a beaker and heated. The solid copper 2 oxide is dissolved and blue solution is produced. Blue solution is formed. After giving heat, you will see solid copper 2 oxide dissolve and blue solution will be formed. The mixture is filtered to remove excess copper 2 oxide. As you have taken excess copper 2 oxide, so all copper 2 oxide will not dissolve. Some extra copper 2 oxide will remain undissolved, not dissolved. So you need to be remove that extra copper 2 oxide. That's why the mixture is filtered to remove excess copper 2 oxide. When you mixture filtered, excess copper 2 oxide remove and you will get filtrate, clear blue solution you will get. Then what you will do? Then the filtrate is heated. To the crystallization point. The filtrate, I mean clear blue solution, you will give heat, and up to when you will give heat, how much time you will give. When you see crystals start to form, then you stop heating. Crystallization point means the point where crystals start to form. So the filtrate is heated to the crystallization point and allowed to cool. When you see crystals start to form, then you stop heating and you left it to cool. After some time, when the mixture has been cooled, you will see copper to sulfate crystals are produced. You will see copper to sulfate crystals means solid produce. Then the crystals are filtered off. The crystals are separated by filtration. This is mean the crystals are filtered off, then washed. Why washed? To remove crystal surface impurity. It may contain some impurity on the surface of the crystal. So if you washed, surface impurity will be removed. Washed with cold water, washed with solvent or washed with distilled water and dried in a warm place, or you can dry in a warm place. This is the drying method. Or you can write the crystals are filtered off, washed and dried in a warm place or between filter paper, or the crystals are dried on filter paper, you can write. And you see copper reaction, copper to oxide is solid, sulfuric acid as dilute, so aqueous, and copper to sulfate aqueous blue solution is formed. This solution is blue color solution, and water is liquid. So this is the reaction. So at first what we will do, excess copper to oxide and dilute sulfuric acid is taken in a beaker and heated. You will take a little bit more than needed copper to oxide, that's why excess, and dilute sulfuric acid is taken in a beaker and heated. After giving heat, you will see copper to oxide is dissolved and blue color solution is formed. Then what you will do, the mixture is filtered to remove excess copper to oxide. The mixture is filtered to remove excess copper to oxide. When you will remove excess copper to oxide, you will see clear blue solution. This is known as filtrate. The filtrate is heated to the crystallization point and allowed to cool. Crystallization point means the point where crystals start to form. When you will see crystal starting to form, that means you can understand that the solution has been saturated, and this is known as crystallization point. After reaching crystallization point, you stop heating and left for cool, allowed to cool. After cooling, you will see copper to sulfate crystals are formed. Then the crystals are filtered off, washed and dried in a warm place. Then you will get pure copper to sulfate crystals. So what type of reaction? Copper to oxide is a base and acid. This is neutralization reaction. So this is the method for the preparation of pure copper to sulfate crystals from copper to oxide and sulfuric acid. Thank you dear students. Please subscribe, like and share my channel, and you press on playlist for your own content.